All right, guys. This is to teach you guys how to play bounty football. Okay. So now what you're going to do is tap on the green gamepad. Make sure that before you play the games, you must have received an agency a game invitation link or a game invitation code, right? You need to use a code or a link to join the games before um you can start playing the games. Okay, if you have not, when you tap on the green gamepad, you tap on the yellow boiling coins at the top, right? You're going to see my rebates, and then you tap on my friends. Okay, my friends show the history of anyone that you have invited to play games. If you have not invited anyone, right, what you're going to see here is um the name of the person who invited me. That's what you see. Okay, the name of the person that invited you to games, or rather the ID of the person that invited you to games. So once that place is showing impute boom ID, then you need to contact the person that referred you to games or to the app. If nobody referred you, feel free to use my boom ID, right? um my boom ID is 95437938, 95437938. Then you press the search button and confirm. You're going to see my name. When you press the search button, you see Daniel, and then you confirm. But if you would prefer using a link, the game link is going to be in the description of this video, right? The game link is going to be in the description of this video, and you can use the game link to join. Okay, so once you click on the game link and then you tap on open app, it's going to bind you automatically with the person that referred you to games. So once that is done, then you can now tap on bounty football. Sometimes when you tap on the bounty football, the game might not load, or it will just load and just hang there. So if that happens, what you do is just go back and tap on another game and let that game load. When that game finish loading, you go back and tap on the bounty football, and the bounty football is going to open. Okay, now when the bounty football opens, you just need to switch off the sound. You can see the volume icon at the top right of the games. When you tap on that settings, you can reduce the sound and music volume to 0. Just reduce it to 0, and then once that is done, you can press the X down and come back to the game. Now, how to play bounty football. The way you play bounty football is by picking a number, or staking some coins on a number or series of numbers, right? And with the intention of winning, you predict which number is going to come, and you have 30 seconds to do that. If you predict a number to come and that number comes, the coins you staked on that number, you're going to get times the amount. So let's say I staked 5,000 coins on times 2, and times 2 came, I'm going to get 10,000 coins. If I stake 5,000 coins on times 5 and times 5 comes, I'm going to get 25,000 coins. Do you understand? So that's the way it is. So how you select is, you can see the numbers in the middle: times 2 times 5 times 8 times 18 times 66 times 50 times 100 times 88 times 30 times 20. So you can select all the numbers, right? You can put small coins on the big numbers and bigger coins on the smaller numbers. Okay, So you can select everything, but despite the fact that you can select everything, you can still lose coins, because somebody can stake a lot of coins on a big number to come, and that big number doesn't come. Instead, a small number comes. However, somebody can stake a huge amount of coins on a small number to come, and instead a big number comes. The person loses coins, even though they still won on that big number they staked on. You understand? So the thing is to just apply wisdom. Do you understand? Just apply wisdom in playing the game. Um, Now I used to use, before I get to the main point, right, of the winning, before I get to the main point of how you win, um, the strategy I used to use is forex trading strategy. In forex trading, there's what we call uptrend, downtrend, sideways trend. When the trend is going up, it means the market is buying up. So you follow the trend and buy up. When the trend is down, it means the market is selling down. So you follow the trend and sell down. When the market is sideways, it means the market is neither buying up nor selling down. So if you enter at that point, you can lose money. The same way in bounty football. There are times where small numbers are coming, right? There are times during the day. It might be in the afternoon, it might be in the night, in the evening, early hours of the morning, but there are times during the day. If you look at it down, you will see the history of numbers that have come. Yeah, if you swipe down on those series of numbers down, if you swipe down backwards, you will see the history of the numbers that have come, and then you can follow it up and pick out if there's any pattern, and then you can check, okay, it's small numbers that has been coming. If it is small numbers that are coming, you just need to put your strength more on the small numbers. You need to put more coins on the small numbers and be following up like that. Okay, you put more coins on the small numbers and be following up. Okay, which means it is small numbers that is trending now. There are times where it is big numbers that are trending. Now it doesn't mean when small numbers are coming, a big number might not come. A big number might come and it will go back to small numbers. The number that comes most is 2. So people can be staking on times 2 and be winning with times 2. Okay. But there are times when the trend, goes up and big numbers start coming. There are times where times 2 used to be scarce. Times 2 will come once or twice. Another big number will come, followed by another big number, followed by another big number. There are times that all the big numbers just lines up. You see times 18. The next number that will come is times 30, followed by times 20, followed by times 66, followed by times. The big numbers can just line up like that. So if somebody is predicting on 2, they'll just be losing money. Do you understand? So it's for you to, when you get into the game, observe the game and note which trend. Is it big numbers that are coming or small numbers? There are times during the night it is big numbers that starts coming. Okay, so once you notice big numbers are coming, then you start sticking on big numbers. Then there's what we call stop loss in forex trading. And in forex trading, we say the best stop loss is to have an amount that you can afford to lose in your trading balance. So instead of me having $500 in my trading balance and then I enter the market and start setting stop loss, instead of that, I can just have $450 in my wallet, and I'll leave $50 in my trading wallet, and then I'll start trading with that, because I've $50 is what I can risk and afford to lose. Likewise, here in bounty football, if you want to play bounty football, don't have too much coins in your wallet so that you can be able to control your greed. Yeah, I call it greed control. Don't have too much coins, because let's say you recharge 100,000 coins, you can lose that 100,000 coins. It's possible to lose that 100,000 coins. It's also possible to multiply that 100,000 coins to 10 million coins. You understand? It depends on how you control your greed level. It depends on how you control your greed level. So if you know you cannot control your greed level, just recharge 9,000 coins and come in and start with that. If you build up the 9,000 coins more, you keep controlling. Now, you can decide to recharge 50,000 coins, and you make up your mind that you are not going to lose lesser than 20,000 coins. So, which means, or I can decide that after recharging 50,000 coins, I'm going to risk 20,000 coins, which means I'm not going to lose, I'm not going to risk anything lesser than 20,000 30,000 coins. So if I play and I lose, I win, I lose, I win, I lose, and somehow I lose down to 30,000 coins, I just close the game and walk out. Right? Close the game and walk out. Okay. Later on, you can come back and resume your attempt again, because if you stay in the game and you want to pursue your losses, you end up losing everything. So never pursue your losses. There are times where the game is in your favor and you win coins. There are times when the game will not be in your favor. Just accept your loss and leave. All right. Now the next thing is to check for patterns. Check for patterns. Check for patterns. Check for patterns. Look at the history of the numbers that has come down and check, is there a pattern here? You understand? There are times, one of the most popular patterns is a number followed by times 2 followed by that number again. And one of the numbers that does that very well is times 5 times 2 times 5. So sometimes I can see times 5. It doesn't always happen, right? It doesn't always happen, but it happens most of the time. If you look currently now, you will see there's a pattern of times 2. There are times 2 can line up like this up to 10 times or 12 times. Times 2 followed by times 2 followed by times 2. If you follow that, you can build a lot of coins. You understand? You can build a lot of coins. Okay. So this times 2 that you see like this is a pattern. There's every tendency times 2 might repeat now, but any moment from now, times 2 is going to change. And most of the times, after times 2 comes like this, it either brings times 8 or a big number. You understand? If it doesn't, it will just continue with times 2. Okay. Then, like I said, a good pattern that I used to repeat is times 5 times 2 times 5. Another pattern is times 8 times 2 times 8. All the numbers used to do that, but it's rare. The most popular ones is times 5 times 2 times 5, times 8 times 2 times 8. Those two are the most popular patterns. So when you see times 8 followed by times 2, just expect times 8 again, and increase your stake on times 8. When you see times 5 times 2, just expect times 5 to repeat and increase your stake on times 5. You understand? Then sometimes times 66 used to bring times 50. Sometimes times 50 used to bring times 66. So sometimes, right? Not most of the time. Sometimes when you say times 50, expect times 66. Sometimes when you say times 66, expect times 50. Other times, or sometimes when a big number comes, it can repeat itself again. There are times times 100 will come, then times 100 again. If it doesn't happen like that, sometimes what will happen is times 100 times 2, then times 100 times 88 times 2 times 88 times 50 times 2 times 50. That pattern used to happen sometimes. Another good pattern is times 20 to times 5. There are times that times 5 times 20. In fact, most of the times after times 20, expect times 5. So sometimes when I say times 20, I just fire enough coins on times 5. It doesn't always happen, but it happens most of the times. So the key to winning in battle football is pattern. Just understand the pattern. Once you see a pattern, you risk it. It might not favor you all the time, but it happens most of the time. You understand? Sometimes times 20 will bring times 30, or times 20 times 2 times 30, or times 30 then times 30, or times 30 then times 20, or times 30 times 20, sorry, times 30 times 2 times 20. Times 30 and times 20 are usually related. Okay, sometimes times 18, after times 18, the next number that comes is times 88. Sometimes times 18 times 2 times 18. Sometimes times 18 then times 18 again. So like I said, the more you play the game, the more you understand. And you must not play all sets. It doesn't mean anytime you open bounty football, you must play all the sets. You will lose coins. You play some, you rest, just watch the game. When you observe a pattern again, you put in coins. You understand? You see what I just said? Times 18, then times 18. That's the pattern. Somebody won 1.26 million. Okay, that's the pattern. That's the pattern. Times 18, then times 18. Okay, so this is how it happens sometimes. All right. Um, let's see if we can play and win some coins now. I'm not certain of the number that is going to come now, but I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play, but if you can put a little 100 coins on times 18. But well, I don't think times 18 will repeat itself the third time. But if you can, there are times where it happens, times 18 can repeat itself 3 or 4 times. There are times it happens, but I don't think it's going to happen now. Okay, times 2. So let's now play some games. So likely numbers to come: times 18, times 8, times 5, times 20 and 30, then of course your 2. So let's watch and see. Times 2 became okay. So 2 has been the reigning number now, but 2 has come quite a lot. If you check the history, you see that 2 has come a lot of times. So just know that 2 might not be as 2 might not flow as it just did. The game might change. Okay. Another pattern is times 2 can come 3 times, then times 5. It happens sometimes. Okay. So let's watch and see. Times 8. times 8 could lead to times 5. Okay, so you can stick on times 5. Times 8 can repeat itself again. And of course times 2. Sometimes times 8 used to lead to a big number. So you can, if you have coins, you can touch some of the big numbers. Times 2. Good evening. You can mute your mic, please. So times 2 now. If times 2 came now, the next number that might come might be times 8. The next number that might come might be times 8. Remember the pattern that I told you guys. Please, can you mute your mic, please? Hello? Can you mute your mic, please? Please mute your mic, please. Thank you. Okay, times 5. So that's the game. That's how we play it, and that's how we get to win coins and multiply the coins. So if you follow up with your patterns and understand, then you will know how the games goes. So you don't always play all the games, right? You don't always play all the games. Sometimes you just sit back and monitor and watch, know when to play, know when to leave, know when to accept your loss, know when to take profits and go. So whenever you win coins, please don't stay there and say you want to uh do like those that you see their names flying at the top. Don't try to be like anybody. Don't try to be like anybody. When you win coins, please go and gift yourself. Go and gift yourself. Okay, like I said, sometimes the pattern times 5 times 2 times 5 can repeat. So if you wish, you can try that. You can test that and see if it will happen. Sometimes when it comes like this, times 8 times 2 times 5 times 2, sometimes it can lead to times 20 or 30. Other times times 2 can just repeat itself again. Okay, like I said, you win some, you lose some. So if you notice that you're losing, take your losses and go. If you're winning, know when to take your winning and go. Okay, times 8 came. All right. So let's try times 5. Times 5 times 2 times 8 times 18. Then you can touch the big numbers and expect a good reward. Times 8 again. So that's how it happens. All right. So that's how we play bounty football. So the more you play, the more you get to understand, the more you know how to control your risks and when to leave. All right, so this is just an illustration of how we play bouncy football, and when to check out. So enjoy the game, and I wish you guys winnings. If you want to join the game, or you want to join Boomlive app, the link is going to be in the description of this video, as well as my WhatsApp contact, and then you can reach out to me. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section, and I'm going to answer and put you through. All right, so good luck, guys.
B10 on my logo. Yeah. My styles. I love the life that I live. Nobody myself, man, I want peace. Anything I need, man, I get it. Man, no press anybody. Moving higher, standing tall. Forward ever, backward never. Head behind me, what you go for? I said today, what I live. Bless me all the way. Ma kun on me, kere. Iṣẹ́ don't let me get it. Iṣẹ́ kékeré, òun lọ. Bless me all the way. Ma kun on me, kere. Iṣẹ́ don't let me get it. Iṣẹ́ kékeré, òun lọ. Dirty blessing, I no deny. You do better for me, no be lie. Every blessing now you dey supply. Ògo ni f'Olúwa o. Ọlá Olúwa ló mú mi ṣayọ̀. Ọlá Olúwa ló mú mi jẹyàn. Ẹgbẹ́ èṣù kọ́ níyàn. Olúwa ló mú mi yàn. I love the life that I live. No bother myself, man, I want peace. Anything I need, man, I get it. Man, no press anybody. Moving higher, standing tall. Forward ever, backward never. Head behind me, what you go for? I shall see the road I live. Bless me all the way. Ma kun on me, kere. Iṣẹ́ don't let me get it. Iṣẹ́ kékeré, òun lọ. Bless me all the way. Ma kun on me, kere. Iṣẹ́ don't let me get it. Iṣẹ́ kékeré, òun lọ. Alhamdulillah for better days. No more wasted funds. His blessings on me and I every day. Now you comfort me. Even when I'm down, now you are the sea. Yeah, yeah. Even in this storm, now you rescue me. Yeah, yeah. Bless me all the way. Ma kun on me, kere. Iṣẹ́ don't let me get it. Iṣẹ́ kékeré, òun lọ. Bless me all the way. Ma kun on me, kere. Iṣẹ́ don't let me get it. Iṣẹ́ kékeré, òun lọ.
So the key thing here is the stake what you can afford to lose, right? Stake what you can afford to lose. Set your minimum, or you set your limit so that you know, okay, I'm not going to spend more than this amount, right? Know when to take your loss and leave. Know when to take your winnings and leave and go and gift yourself. Always take your winnings and gift yourself, right? So you can see 2 4 times and then times 5 is a pattern, right? This is a pattern and you can make good use of it. 5252 is another pattern, times 5 after 20 and big number repeating itself. Good luck.